Hi, everybody. My name is Richard.
I'm Max.
And this is CinematicAF, and we are here to review Thor Ragnarok, the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe film number 17 at this point. And
I wouldn't know.
Shut up. I didn't ask you a question yet. Anyway, we're here to talk about the movie. We just saw it. Max is here for a specific reason, because this is the movie that I didn't think I was going to get him to see until the director was announced.
Because I don't like Marvel movies.
He likes Marvel movies. He's just being a little... Anyway.
But I don't. I don't like Marvel movies, but I do like Taika Waititi, which is why this is the first Marvel movie in a while I was actually excited for.
Even though he was excited for Spider-Man: Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Doctor Strange to a lesser extent.
Good idea. Let's undermine everything I just said.
Yep. He doesn't like Marvel movies, though.
But I don't like Marvel movies.
He doesn't like good movies, apparently.
I do like Taika Waititi, which is why I was excited to see this, because I loved all his other movies, and I thought it was cool that they were bringing on like a comedy director for what is generally like an action adventure franchise kind of thing.
Also, like, very serious, because like of the three like main Avengers of like Cap, Iron Man, and Thor, Thor was always the more serious one.
Yeah, his were always the
kind of dramatic ones, the melodrama.
ones,
yeah, those ones were always. I mean, it kind of made sense at the time to do it like that. Like a space Viking thing. So let's do silly melodrama.
Yeah, but now they were like, space Vikings are that's a weird thing. Let's get kind of eccentric director.
Let's embrace how weird that idea is.
Let's embrace how weird it is, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, because like I like Taika Waititi a lot, and I remember when I heard he was doing Thor Ragnarok, I just liked it like what? Because I liked the idea, it came out of nowhere. Because Thor Ragnarok, you associate Ragnarok, it's going to be this big, dark, depressing movie. It's this serious thing. It's the end of the world. But I like that they did a director who is not only comedic, but his entire filmography is essentially based on taking things that are dramatic and finding the silly or the comedic aspects of it, making us laugh at things that we would normally not laugh at. So I think he was a really good fit for it. So what did you think of, like, what were your thoughts on the overall movie? Like, love, hate, despise?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I think it's up there with one of the top Marvel movies that I like, because I don't like a lot of them.
That's a dumb thing to say.
Civil War I thought was bad, and
yeah, because you're dumb.
All the other ones I thought were
your opinion is
bad.
wrong.
But I liked the original Iron Man. I liked Guardians of the Galaxy, and I like this one. So I think it's right up there with them.
Yeah, I'd say it's maybe. I wouldn't know where I would rank it right now, but I know I would rank it rather high. It's obviously the best Thor movie. That's like not even a question. And I'd say I thought it was funnier than Guardians of the Galaxy even, because like Guardians of the Galaxy is like a very like kind of like dirtier, kind of like meaner spirit humor. It's still funny, but like this one's a more like dry wit. Like it's a much more awkward.
They're two different types of humor, for sure. Like,
and I think I liked the Thor Ragnarok humor a little bit better.
Yeah, I prefer it too. It's like it's Taika Waititi's type of humor. It's like that dry, kind of awkward, kind of like how real life is awkward type funny. That kind of funny. And like Guardians of the Galaxy, there's written jokes. Like this
one had a lot of improv. You can tell there's a lot of improv going on this movie, and I think Chris Hemsworth is a really funny actor. We saw like in Ghostbusters. And I think they finally like kind of let him let loose. And this is when I was watching it, it's like I feel like the first time since the first Thor movie that Thor has undergone any sort of character arc or progression. Because like if you notice in both Avengers movies, he's like the one who gets the least to do. I don't think Joss Whedon knew how to write him, because I don't think Marvel really properly defined him after his first film. And he doesn't grow really at all in Thor: The Dark World. He just sort of stays the same. Whereas like Cap and Iron Man and the Hulk and all of them, they have really distinct personalities. So this is the first time we've actually gotten to know Thor a little bit more beyond his initial origin, which was nice.
I feel like Thor and Loki have more personality and like character in fan fiction and like Tumblr posts and stuff than they do in the actual movies.
Okay, here's my question. Why are you reading so much Tumblr?
I'm not reading
Why do you know so much about
like,
Loki and Thor Tumblr
see,
fan
like,
fiction?
Little Facebook things of like little chibi versions of Thor and Loki and their little antics. I'm like, how did they get any of this from the movies? Because I didn't think that they had that much. But like you were saying, in this one, it seems like almost like they took all those Tumblr posts and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is canon now. We're gonna roll with this.
First, I really want to know where he's getting all this, because me and him have a lot of the same friends on Facebook, and I'm not seeing any of these weird Thor Loki. Like, I know what you're talking about. It just doesn't come up enough for me to like
Reddit,
notice.
Bro.
Why?
Gotta get on that Reddit.
It's on the dark side of Reddit. But like, I don't know. I feel like Loki's been a well-defined character throughout the films. Like, you can kind of track his character progression from the first Thor to Avengers to Thor: The Dark World to this. But Thor is one that's a little bit more like he's been sort of the straight guy, the serious one. So it's kind of fun to have him be like, making jokes and really silly. Kind of this like big, dumb brute. Like, that's the thing. It's like he's someone who almost shouldn't be the lead in a movie, because it feels like Thor doesn't come off as very smart. There were just so many moments in this movie where I was just like dying of laughter. And I think the character that made me laugh the most was the Hulk. Like, both the Hulk and Banner, because I'm someone who's a hardcore Hulk fan. He's my favorite Marvel superhero, and I've loved his movies. I'll even watch the Ang Lee one. I don't mind the Edward Norton one. He's my favorite Avenger. So for this one to have like a proper like Peter David like run of the Incredible Hulk, where he kind of can talk a little bit. He's not smart, but he's not like a rage dumb monster. He can kind of has a little bit of personality. Like, there were just moments in this movie that he would do things like. Just his like kind of like buff, like loving the crowd. I thought that was so funny. Just this sort of more showboaty Hulk.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is really the first movie where the Hulk was a character and not Bruce Banner was a character.
Yeah.
Because in this movie, Hulk is a character and Bruce Banner is a character, and they're almost like separate characters.
Yeah. Because like Hulk in the other movies has always been used more as like.
He's a device or a tool.
Yeah,
or something. He's not really a character.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of get an understanding of the Hulk as a character maybe in like the first Avengers, but not in Age of Ultron, where he's just more like something that Banner has to overcome. But the thing, I want to talk about Cate Blanchett as Hela, because I know the joke's been made, but she was hella fine.
Yeah, no, she was good.
She was so much fun to watch. Like, I love that she was like kind of chewing the scenery. Like, she just reveled in being this like over-the-top villain. And there's this critique of Marvel movies where it's like villains are all the villains are one note or one-dimensional, and I don't know. I feel like for some cases that works. Like, I don't need Hela to be this complicated character, because like she's not really driving. Like, she's not the main obstacle Thor has to overcome.
Yeah, you're not talking about the best part of the movie, which was the director, not as the director, but as the Blue Rock Monster guy.
As Korg?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Taika Waititi, for those of you, you know what's funny? He's only the second Marvel director to put himself in the movie. Jon Favreau obviously plays Happy Hogan, but like I always was shocked that Kenneth Branagh never like put himself in the Thor movie. So it's like this. It was like interesting to have Taika put himself in there, and he
was the highlight of the movie. He was so funny.
He plays like this rock monster, which is a character from the comics. Korg is a character from the Planet Hulk run, and that species actually is the first alien or the first thing that Thor fought in his first issue. So it's kind of fun to have him there. And the way they
they're from New Zealand too.
They're from they have this New Zealand accent.
His accent was.
That's the funny thing, is that they basically have this big rock monster, and they basically subvert the entire expectation of what a rock monster is. They have him be very soft spoken. He's very sweet, very polite, and I love the way, like, that one line where he's like, I wanted to start a revolution, but I ran out of pamphlets.
Yeah, he didn't print enough pamphlets.
Korg, and then Meek. I thought Meek was a funny character.
Knife hands.
Yeah, I want Meek and Korg to show up in, like, other Marvel. Like, I want Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like there's a good place for them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I hope so.
Like, when we can't afford Bradley Cooper anymore for Rocket Raccoon, let's just sub out Rocket and Groot for Korg and Meek, because we don't have to pay anyone to do Meek. Like, we have to pay Vin Diesel like $1 million to say 3 words.
Right, you just got to pay an army of VFX artists to make him.
Yeah, they don't cost as much as Vin Diesel does, apparently.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Were there any things you had an issue with the movie? Like, any issues you had with Thor Ragnarok?
you know, like story-wise and plot-wise and all that kind of thing, not really too many issues. I mean, my biggest issue was a stupid one, and that, like, where was Hela getting all them swords from?
Again, that's where you're going to nitpick the movie. Like, I know, in a movie where you have people traveling through wormholes on an alien gladiator trash planet with a dude who can channel lightning, you know, a giant green rage monster, a rock monster with the voice of someone from New Zealand, and you're going to be the guy that's like, where you get those swords from? Like,
that sword's too big. Anyways.
It's like the weirdest nitpick
no,
ever.
but I did have, I just thought, because Thor does have like an arc and everything in it, but I thought that the arc was a little cliched, like
how so?
Like I don't know. I don't want it to sound, this might be spoilery, but, so cover your ears. But, like, the power was within you the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that one.
And then it's like, Asgard is the friends that we made along the way. Like,
he doesn't say that.
No,
he doesn't say that.
It's like the same thing, pretty much. I don't know. Like, that was just like, oh, okay. It's a little basic.
I didn't mind that because
But for a guy who hasn't ever had an arc, then basic is better than nothing. But I think generally our consensus is that it is a good movie.
Yeah.
And you can like it for different reasons.
Yeah, you can like it. I think it functions as both a Marvel movie and a Taika Waititi movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels very uniquely him.
Yeah, definitely.
And were there any final thoughts you had?
You don't have to see 16 Marvel movies to understand this one, which I also like.
You don't have to see 16 Marvel movies to understand any of the Marvel movies.
False, but okay.
No, you don't. And we'll get into this argument later, because that's just... Yeah. I regret having you on this episode now, because, like, you want to start and I want to start it with you, but we can't get off topic.
I'm just saying a statement. You're the one who keeps going off of them. Okay.
But anyway, so Thor Ragnarok, it's good. It's funny. You should go see it because, you know, we've got nothing better to do this weekend. Would you give, if you could give a rating to this movie, what would you give it?
There's two doors. You can take the Jesus door or the other door. And I'd take the other door.
While we're at it, before we wrap up this Thor review, you should definitely go back and watch like Taika's other movies, Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows specifically, because those will get you like pumped for Thor Ragnarok. Because if you don't like those movies, then it's a fair bet to say you might not like Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But
if you do like
those movies,
or if you do like Ragnarok, then go back and watch Taika Waititi's other movies because they're really good.
They're really funny. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. The more I think about it, the more I love it. You like it a lot.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So, guys, let us know what you think of Thor Ragnarok. Leave your comments down below, and remember to click that subscribe button and to watch a few of our other videos. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and we will see you guys next week for we don't even know what.
Don't follow us in real life.
Don't follow us in real life. That's weird. Don't be a creep. Don't be a creep. I mean, I might be flattered, and he won't be flattered.
I was kind of wondering, I didn't think they would do it, obviously. The movies he does here in America compared to the movies he does in China is different in the stunt work that he does, because he has like free roam.